Hey guys, it's Rachel from the Little Ring Lamp today doing the Sims book tag, and this tag was created by Hales Hearts NYC. I'm going to put her link in the down bar. I wasn't tagged by anybody to do this tag, but being a fan of Sims, I want to do this book tag. So I don't play Sims as much anymore, but when I first got into it, which was around grade 7, me and my cousin played it every day of the summer. And do I regret that? Not getting fresh air? No. Because Sims was so addicting, and I feel like every summer or every other summer, go through a phase because my sister also plays it. So we'll play it I'll play it on the TV and she'll play it on her computer. So I go through a phase where it's like I want to play it and I'm like addicted to it for a week, and then I get to the end of the week and I'm like, what am I doing in my life? Like, this is such a waste of time. But like, it's so addicting. So it usually snaps out quicker. But the first time I played it, the addiction was strong. And actually, if you have a sibling that you share a room with, introduce Sims into their lives, because that's what I did. I used to share a room with my sister. I basically, by a year after I started my YouTube channel, or like a year before I started my YouTube channel, we actually split. Like, we made room for her elsewhere in the house. So we just shipped her off out there. But basically, I got her addicted to Sims because she would never let me read in our room. Like, I love to read out loud, and she would always whine and be like, eh. So I was like, Nicole, look at this Sims game. And she got so addicted to it. Oh no, she complained that I read out loud in the living room because she'd want to sit out there. And I got addicted to Sims, never came out of our room. It was peaceful, and she always screams at me and says that ruined her grade 7 education. But casualties. Anyway, enough of those anecdotes. Let's get to the tag. So number 1 is the original Sims, the best author debut. So the best debut, I would say, would be Sharp Objects by Gillian or Gillian Flynn. I really love her books. I can't wait until she releases a new book. Like, we had that little novella after last year, and it just it quenched the need for a new book. But yeah, I want a new book from her. I really love her writing, so I think this is a really good debut. Not only is it really nice and short and easy to get through, but it's very suspenseful. Also, sorry if the light keeps changing, like whenever I film, I swear. Number 2, The Grim Reaper, the saddest character death. I'm not going to say who it is, so just in case you haven't read this book, no spoilers. But in Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, there's a pretty sad character death. 3, Sims Getting Stuck, a character that just got in the way. I picked Aspen from the Selection series by Kiera Cass because what was his point? Nobody liked him. Well, not nobody. Most people didn't like him. Why? I still don't understand why he was a thing. Like, he can live in the world, just like, don't be so prevalent, you know? Number 5, expansion packs. Skipped a question. Number 4, Simlish, a book of amazing writing. And I picked The Truth About the Harry Kubert Affair by Joel Dicker. Loved this book so much. It had such good writing, such a good mystery suspense novel. Read it. Like, it's so good. And there's another question that this book would apply to, but I picked a different book because I already had one repeated answer, so I decided to switch it up. 5, expansion packs, a series where the books kept on getting better. I picked the Pretty Little Liars series by Sarah Shepard. I love this series. There's so many books in the series. Love every one of them. Well, Pretty Little Secrets, which was like the book 4.5, was like the one that I least loved. But pretty much out of the regular books, I loved all of them so much. And you guys know that they probably kept getting better because I was addicted to them. Still am. But, when they came out, I was, always needing that book that day. Always reading it that day. Number 6, Sims Romance, the worst case of insta-love. I'd say I couldn't really think of like a really, really bad example, but one I didn't really particularly like was the one in Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I like the main characters. I think it's Etta and Nicholas. I really liked them, but like I found it was really insta-love. Like, it was like they were thrown together, so it's like, why don't we be together? And it was like this weird bond. But I guess if they're traveling the world together, they would become closer, but I found it very insta. I don't know if that's maybe just me or maybe how I'm thinking about it, but I'm pretty sure that was one of the cases where I was like, little insta. 7, Cheats, a book that was entirely unrealistic. Now, this book wasn't entirely unrealistic. I picked Somerset Abbey by T.J. Brown. The part I found unrealistic in this book was that this is the early 1900s. The women were like automatically accepted. Like, the one girl wanted to be a pilot, automatically accepted. She had some snide remarks, but it glazed over that, which I found was very unrealistic. She would have had a very hard time not only convincing her uncle that she should do this, but convincing everybody around her. Like, it doesn't matter what class I feel like you're from. If you're trying to get into an industry that was mostly male dominated, it was going to be more rough than these characters faced. I feel like the ones that are breaking into these new industries for women had it very easy. And I just found that part to be a little unrealistic, but I get where this book's kind of like, you know, it's historical fiction, but it's like a drama too. So you gotta get the characters out there and doing stuff so there can be more drama. Number 8, Needs Fulfillment, a character who made all the wrong decisions. I picked another example from Sarah Shepard's Pretty Little Liars series. I picked Emily. Like, in the last book, she redeems herself, which I do talk about in my book review, but out of all of them, I feel like she makes the worst decisions because she puts them in peril way more times than any other liar. Yeah, she just puts them in peril a lot. But she did redeem herself, but those decisions. No. So 9, Error Code 12, a series that started off great but went downhill from there. I picked Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stohl. I really, really enjoyed this series, but I found the second book really went downhill for me. And the third book was a little bit, but the fourth book I feel like redeemed itself. It was either the third or fourth that redeemed itself, but found it went a little downhill, which was a little sad for me, but, you know, I still liked it. And 10, The Sims Vortex, a book series that completely engrossed you, a book or series that completely engrossed you. I was going to pick The Truth of the Harry Kubert Affair, but I was like, no, I'm not going to repeat answers. So I picked Finding Audrey by Sylvie Kinsella. I really, really enjoyed this book. I finished it so quickly. Such a good book. It was her YA debut. I was a little nervous because, like, you know, I'm always nervous. But I was like, I hope it's really good, because it's so small, and I heard it was dealing with such heavy topics, and it was so good. Loved it. Don't know why I do that whenever I'm, like, loving something. Like, loved it. Like, I just do that. Very dramatic. Anyway, 11, Who Do You Tag? So I'm going to tag Carrie. Her book blog is Book Lover 1989. Link in the down bar. The rest of the people I mentioned all have booktube channels, which I'll link in the down bar too. So I'm going to tag Tiffany from About to Read, Steph from The Book Hopper, and Jill from Jill. So yeah, that was the Sims book tag. I really enjoyed doing this tag. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.